Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in Week 2.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off of play action, it's Watson. Hitting London coming across the field. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Foreman. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They run again with Foreman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense. Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, is popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And this one is right through. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. That was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never give those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
First carry of the game for Zamir White. Fights him off. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Ooh, with a juke. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season, or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
And he works free. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They go play action with Hurts. Pressure comes and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here's Berrios. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Drew Sanders. 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. Good footwork at the 30. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Watson. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. But you look at this defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They're gonna look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 49 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Here's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll motion out one of the tight ends. Foreman. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the 1st down play. Back to throw, Watson. On a slant, here's Collins. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Watson now to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal, there's a huge interception.
Look at the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon. because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Hurts. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. That's complete once again to Hopkins. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Hurts sets up to throw it. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Metcalf motions left. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Now it's Watson. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Watson off play action. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson.
That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. One of the tight ends comes in motion. They'll go with Foreman. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Nico Collins.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback Deshaun Watson set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
To throw is Watson.
Got a man, it's London. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Watson. Completion here to Claypool. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
From the gun, here's Watson.
He'll complete this one to Collins.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's a gain of 14.
Really good job there of understanding where the first down marker was and getting there. And that's something Kincaid did plenty of throughout his impressive rookie campaign. They saw him surpass 600 receiving yards. Yes, we knew he was a reliable pass catcher coming out of college. Now we think he can ascend to another level.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again.
Got London on a slant. Now we'll pause for an injured player, and that's wide receiver Drake London who's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4.
Here's Watson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. To the air yet again, Watson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the 2nd quarter. Next, we head out to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. To the left side, he's got McConkey.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Hurts.
It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2.
At the 47-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Pass incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
That is caught.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They go with White on the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And touchdown! DK Metcalf, 44 yards. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this 3rd quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points, and not really with a lot of hope, but with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson.
Open man there is Collins, complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out there.
Here's Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an out of board there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watson looks to throw again.
Over the middle and hauled in by Osborne.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
A shotgun snap for Watson.
Pass caught here by Osborne.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now a 2nd and 6.
Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Again, it's Watson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And his kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They really struggled in the first half, but they've made some adjustments looking better in the second half. But sometimes do we overanalyze? Is it always adjustments, or sometimes is it guys just sticking better to the game plan?
I think the latter, and I love how you brought that up because we always want to credit, oh, they adjusted here and they made this change there. Sometimes it's just executing what they worked on in practice all week much better. In this case, I think it's a combination. They found a different part of their playbook, and it's working really well for them.
Working extremely well at this point. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Escapes the defender. Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
To throw is Watson.
On a slant, here's Collins.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson.
This to the tight end, Kincaid.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard.
Eckler now between the tackles. He juked him. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
Now 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Watson off play action.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked up by Amari Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The home team's offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Metcalf motions left. And he'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Christian Gonzalez up to make the play. Now 2nd and 5. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Osborne motions left.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
They'll find Osborne here.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. one thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8, so logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Open man is Osborne. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll take this down to the 33.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
First down, here's White. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he will have a touchdown. Ladd McConkey with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. This is 1st and 10. Now Watson. Throw caught there by Osborne. Here's 2nd down. Watson to throw. He's got Eckler. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Here's a 2nd and 5. Watson. That is caught. Kincaid with it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. To throw, Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they take a knee. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it.
Jordan Stout in formation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the home team here, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.